Hello, all. Welcome back to Melanin Madam. Tonight we have a topic of toxic women and what that looks like. But I didn't say they were toxic. I just said toxic women and what they look like. We're going to look at three different examples and then give our opinions. We're going to have our co-hosts introduce themselves and then we will get started.
What up, y'all? We back again. Y'all know who it is, the famous homie, the one and only. Thursday night, we back. Nice to see y'all again. Like, subscribe, and share. Do not forget that. We need y'all to like, subscribe, and share. And tell everybody about us. What's up, y'all?
All right, everybody. Welcome on a Thursday. Jojo Habanero here. Your project manager by day, cigar enthusiast by night. Make sure you share, like, subscribe. Let's go.
So I have a question. Y'all, so before we go live, we meet for a little while, and the guys usually let me talk, which is interesting, but they let me talk and ask me how my day is. And I always have a story to tell. Like right now, I'm handling contracts that are insane. And I am also a project manager, but I'm not a project manager like JoJo, a like I'm getting abused. I'm getting abused. So I feel like when JoJo says I'm a project manager by day with a smile, and I'm over here just drew on my face so I don't look like what I've been through. I feel like throwing it in my face.
No, that's not it. I got pressure too. I got pressure. But you know what I say? Pressure is for shoulders, not for hips.
Ah.
I don't even know what to say. I'm done. Hey, twin. Oh my God. So,
what up, bro?
For tonight's hot topic, I do have a question. Have you guys been following that? Who is it? Hold on. I'm so sorry. Hold on 1 second. I have it right here. Yeah, Jonathan Mayers and his beau. Have you guys been following that domestic case and what just came out?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think about that?
First of all, how the hell he go from that crackheaded looking white girl to making good? How you do that, bro? Like how you pull that fast? I gotta salute you on pulling Megan first and foremost. I didn't know they was together until I seen their hands like this in the courtroom and she was crying with the man. First of all, God damn it, Jonathan. See, that was my celebrity that I was gonna pull when I became a celebrity, and now you done took her, bro. Damn. But no, it's following the case is crazy because people always want to make judgments before they know the fact. And what happened is when they first seen this, of course, here go all the flock. Oh, that's what that nigga get for fucking with the white girl. Oh, he beat her ass. Domestic violence, crazy, another crazy black man. All the narrative started. Then I love fucking surveillance because it showed us that little tape, a little clip of the man trying to get off of her while she was holding him trying to get her off of him, and he took off running like, no, you got me fucked up. You are not about to catch me in a vulnerable state, us arguing in public. The police pull up and they shoot my black ass. That man took off like he was Forrest Gump. And I'm glad that man ran because we see that she was clearly the aggressor. So I'm glad this shit has came out. I don't know. I don't trust our system. I don't trust them at all. So I don't know if that's going to sway it this way to where he get off. I hope it does because the brother looked innocent to me. But I don't trust our system, and I don't trust what they do. So I'm hoping to God that they can see the actual facts of this because it's another Karen that's trying to, put a black man behind bars because he simply was probably trying to leave her ass or he don't want her no more. So, this is another one of those cases. I'm glad this came out for this brother so everybody can get off his back. And y'all motherfuckers need to apologize to this man who was dragging his name, acting like he just beat the fuck out of this woman. Of course he should have stayed out of the snow and came over to the sun, the melanated side. But since he was there, I'm glad he got out. And now he got one of the finest sisters out there and making good. So I hope he's innocent. I hope that's enough to sway it his way. I really do.
Okay, so Rose said she feels like he's innocent, and They should have played the video from the jump. I agree, Ro. And JoJo, what do you think? Wait, real quick, brother. I don't know why sometimes when you talk, you remind me of Stevie J, but I don't know why. I like Stevie J. He cracks me up, and he's such a good dad. Yeah, but you just like some of your mannerisms and things you say. I'd be like, I don't know why. It makes me think about him. Go ahead, JoJo.
Yeah, I mean, this situation is crazy. What a man will go through just by what folks say they did, and he didn't even do it. You know, I'm just realizing white folks are just a different kind of crazy. You know, they're crazy kind of different. You know, they just have a
a lot,
different kind of
JoJo.
crazy.
We scaring you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, where I come from, we don't live with them. You know,
Right.
like it's 90% black. It's
Woo.
not 14 or 15% black. So we don't see them. We don't know how they act. We don't know how they think. Just a few images here and there. But Jesus Christ, for crying out loud. So I'm thinking, you know, maybe the dick was good. She got crazy. He kind of came up. The money was, you know, so on and so forth. I mean, I don't know. It's just
You hit the nail on the head.
if a guy can run, not just stand still and just push a girl off and tell her, hey, run. That tells you what's going on in the psyche of a person who's thinking, I'm in a situation where my life is in danger, and she's not even half his size. But all
she's
the
bigger
power
than
and the
him.
aura, all the
Yes.
power and the aura that she has by being white, by being a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Black man, protect yourself, man.
Mhm.
Reach or not.
It's
So
crazy.
let me go ahead.
Oh, it's crazy because kind of a related story, but it was a question that popped up. I know everybody knows. Remember the Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Yes.
Kim, the white girl.
Yes. I
Kim
heard
and
about what
Croy.
happened.
Yeah, Kim and Croy. Something happened between them, and you know the police came to their house, and you know Croy is saying, you know, I know my rights. Y'all get away from me, and Karen is Karen into a white man. So a question that popped up is, which one is more powerful, or which one goes faster with the system? A white man's tears or a white woman's tears? Which one
The
is
one who
going
has the most
It
money.
would have to be the white woman.
Damn.
White woman. White woman every time.
I think white man. Well, based on my
I think
experience
white women.
in corporate, it's always. But I worked in a so in that space when I worked in corporate, I worked in HR. It always was the white man.
Wow.
Because he had more connections. He was losing him was much worse than losing her. Yeah, because unfortunately, typically, a lot of those women didn't earn their position, and that's why they say that the black woman behind that white woman is the one who's doing the work. They're the face, and we're the work. So she doesn't technically have the value; she has the face. If that makes sense. Yeah. So but I'll tell you this. So I wasn't even going to comment on this one at all because I'm like, it's going to turn into a white versus black thing, but it is what it is. I left and went to the store real quick because I wanted chocolate. It was stale too. Do better, y'all. It was $3. But I went to get chocolate. So I pull up into the gas station and it's two things on each side. I'm going in to pull in and a Caucasian lady is coming this way and it's 3 pumps. I'm coming in to go right here. She has passed 2. She saw me come around, looked at my face and sped up. A Mexican girl was on the side and I just looked at her and she looked at me and I said, wow. So I just went around. I didn't even do the typical me. I just went around, parked. But when I parked, y'all know she got out that car acting like she was scared, wouldn't turn and look, did all of this stuff. I was like, how are you acting like I did something to you? I didn't even say a word to you. I didn't honk. I just simply backed up and moved. I actually smiled because it was a joke to me. Bitch, you such a fucking joke to me. You literally look like trash. And you thought that was going to make me potentially lose my life? It's not that serious. But how did her demeanor, everything? So y'all know I don't have no sense. So a little bit of me had to kick in. So I just sat there. One, I didn't want to back up, and I was watching TV. Y'all know I'll be extra patient these days. but she took so long, went around the front of her car to get in instead of going around the back, like slid into her car. The whole theatrics of it all just had me like, I really should have been recording this shit. So y'all know I followed her to the freeway. I had to. Because I had to. Because we are scared just because of what could happen. We're scared because of what could just happen. So since you acted scared, let me give you a little bit of a reason to act scared. But maybe next time you'll think about what you did. It was no reason to do that to me. It's dark. We're all women. Why would you do that? It was no reason. But she literally stopped because another car was coming, but saw that it was me and that I was Black. And she kept going. Not just kept going. Y'all, she sped up. She like would have hit my car if I had to slam on my brakes. Why? What do we do to you? I just don't understand. So after that, I'm like, this shit is wild, because about this story, I was initially thinking, it's not fair because it's just like what we talked about Diddy, right? It could be more people that come that are lying, but because of what he's done, he's going to get the grunt of all of it. I'm never going to feel like that's fair. I don't care what he did. That's not fair, because guess what? You're causing karma by lying on somebody now for money. Is it really worth it? No, it's not. But that's what happens. So they're attributing his, I guess he had some other strong behaviors before, but that still don't mean he did this. They twisted how he said, you know, she needs to be more like Michelle, and he was saying is anything that a man that loves you is supposed to say. They're supposed to tell you to be better. So he called out the ones that he think is better. Those are traits, not looks. And in the comments, so many women was still saying, it actually disgusted me. That's why I picked this topic. So many comments y'all was saying, there's no way he was running from her. He probably took her phone and that's why she was running. When you in domestic violence, sometimes you finally get tired and you fight back. And it was Black, like, that's not fair, y'all. They still twisted it to be him. And I feel, as a Black woman, if I don't have something good to say when I see it with my own eyes and I'm still a little skeptical and there's nothing out there to tell me to feel that way, I'm not going to say nothing. They don't say shit. So why would you say something?
Right.
I wouldn't tell y'all to look at the comments. The majority of them was bad. It wasn't good. Really disrespectful. So now let's move to the bullshit. Hey, one more question. Why didn't they show that video at the beginning? He's lost a lot of money.
So that was purposely done to create a narrative. So if they would have released that from the beginning, that would have shaped people's opinions from the jump. Now, if you don't show that from the jump, you allow the narrative to build. You're already a Black man. It's not innocent until proven guilty.
So they did it to make him crash and burn.
Yes.
If you're not going to be with me, I don't want you to have nothing.
We're guilty until proven innocent. So of course, with that video surface, that would have reversed. So they did that purposely so everybody could go against him. He could lose whatever endorsements or whatever business he had. That was purposely done. Come on, these people aren't dumb. You know what I'm saying? That was purposely done. It was a calculated move and well played, because it worked. Excuse me, it worked.
And what he could countersue her for, like Johnny Depp did, I don't know what kind of money she had, but he lost a lot of money. He lost a lot of things. Can he even recuperate that?
Nothing. He's not getting anything if he sues back.
Can she go to jail? Because that's a false, isn't that?
Not in this system. Not in this system.
I don't know any case, any prominent case where it has ever happened ever.
Think about all the lies have been created against us, and they don't get to retract those or take those back. Those just stick. Those lies.
They don't go to jail. Because you already made them pay. So if you make them pay, that's it. You don't go to jail. There's no jail time.
Facts.
Well, this bridges me into my, oh shit. Y'all better start making bet. You see why I said last week y'all have value? This shit ain't no joke. Like, it's really not. It's really sad. And that's at this point any woman. All of the women that I chose to pull up for these clips are African American. Because we need to correct ourselves. So I will play the first one that JoJo sent over. It's a clip that's going around. about weenus. I think we're far enough in that I could play it now. Here we go. So I added it with a little bit of music because that word I don't want to get pulled. So if you're watching it now live, it's there. If you happen to watch it later and it's not there, it's the clip about younger girls saying that on the first date they want you to whip it out, and if you need to go to the bathroom and get it prepared to whip out, then that's what they want. Because if it's not visibly the size they want, then we can go ahead and end this now. Sorry, I have to say that in case I need to clip it out later. So fellas, what do you think? Are you interested in going to jail for inappropriate behavior in public or sexual harassment?
Okay. Let me be objective as possible about this. I get the premise. I get the thought. I get the idea. Okay.
Right.
You do?
Okay.
Really?
Is it a better way to say it? Because that was in the caption.
Hear me out.
But wait, that was in the that was actually in the caption. There are things that we all want. That was one of my questions.
My bad.
Yeah. So. Yeah, if he read the caption, that is one of the questions. Is it a better way for us to say it as women? Come across? How do we do this?
So, okay, I get it. So look, a lot of people don't want their time wasted. Okay. So, especially, coming from a standpoint of, even though no one does this, let's say we're all supposed to technically by Christian teachings be virgins until we marry. Right?
Correct.
So, if you don't, let's say we all did that and we don't know, we don't test the water, we don't see, and then you end up with, a little Finding Nemo, or something like that, and you end up being disappointed. So I get the premise, like, okay, you want to know what the hardware is like prior to proceeding. Otherwise, we're just both wasting time. I don't want to end up doing something with you and add another body on my body count. I'm trying to think of it in a rational way for a woman.
I can see it that way too.
So I get the premise. However, with everything, there are better ways to do this. Okay. We're not about to go be in public and I'm about to be, exposing myself and risk myself for indecent exposure or anything like that. I'm not. And then in public, it's to pressure to go ahead and just, okay, get hard real quick so I can see.
Oh, just go to the bathroom. I know we're on a dinner date. Go to the bathroom and come back.
Yeah, that's not happening. Like that. That's doing a little much. So, okay, if you want to explore that, there are easier ways to do that. If that's that important to you, I could take a fucking picture for you. And
they do it all the time. That's what I said.
Yeah, I could show. Okay, I don't have to send it to you. I can just show. Here, is this cool? Can look at that? Is that cool? If it's that serious, if it's something that you want to correct beforehand, I can do that. Okay, it's that serious. But if a woman asks me to pull some shit out right there on the spot or go to the bathroom real quick, I'll be like, okay, I'll go.
We can't hear you.
And that was a good part.
Can't hear me?
Yeah.
I'm out of there. I'm not fucking coming back. I'm leaving. I'm out. That's the last you'll see me, because you're not about to put me in a compromising position or even put that type of pressure on me to do that. Like you gotta be.
But that's little dick energy, though. That's little D energy. That's little D energy.
No, look at what Twin wrote, and that's true. Just because his stuff is big, that does not mean he know what he's doing.
But you know what? I don't like when that line. Every time that line comes out,
what line?
That line that Rose said, yeah, it kind of irritates because it automatically is a pushback with that. Just because he don't mean well what he's doing, it don't mean he don't know what he's doing. So it's like,
what she's saying is, what's the purpose of asking for the size and disrespect? You can't judge based on size.
Well, I get that, because honestly, just I think, especially women are different, right? Women like be touched differently. So
correct.
Honestly, if you have the I'm not saying every woman would have the patience for this. If you have the patience, you can teach a man how to do it to you. Like how you like to be, how like it to be done to you.
So then that proves what she's saying. The picture is not needed.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you prefer, because people try to act like it doesn't matter. It does. It does.
Oh, that size. She didn't say size doesn't matter. She said that doesn't mean he knows what he's doing.
Right, but I'm saying though that's not an issue of not knowing what you're doing because you can be taught. So if they said you have the hardware, you got the hardware, I could at least teach you what to do with it. And if you don't have the hardware, you're out of here. I don't want to. I can't teach you because you don't got what I want. So I get the premise, but there's a different way to going about it. To me, like I don't got nothing to prove. Like I'm not finna sit up here and stress myself out to prove something to you the very first time we fucking meet. Like you got me all the way motherfucked up.
And it isn't even really a question at this point because the clip we just played in the last one is of the show that we did where even Kasha was like, dudes now is different. Grand Rising. You get what I'm saying? So how is this even, it's not even a purpose to have this argument. There are so many men out there that will show you from the beginning, go on video, all kinds of, just like it's women that will do it. So really at this point in life, why is that still something that we're fighting over? You could do, here's a better thing. You don't even have to go on that date. If that's what you want, don't even go on that date and waste his money. How about that? How about you back up out that date too and don't even waste his money and say, let's do FaceTime, let's do this or that and show it.
Right.
It's other ways.
Yes.
If you don't got it, just say that though. If you don't got it, just say that though. If you don't got it.
Anybody can say it. You know what I'm saying? They need the proof. They don't want you capping. They don't want you to be like, oh yeah, I got it. That's like taking your word for it. Like they don't want that. They need that proof. Because I get it. Like you don't want your time wasted. I understand that. Nobody wants their time wasted. And if it's something that you don't like, you're gonna feel like that you wasted your body. You wasted your body. You added a body to your body count for no fucking reason. Like, you know.
You don't have to add to you. I just want to know why you can't stop before then. Why you even got to add to your body count? If you could stop at any time, right? So say no.
It kind of puts you in a compromising as a woman position because let's say y'all are about to get down and oh boy was like, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to risk him getting aggressive and raping you or getting upset. And like some men
I've said no before and I didn't feel unsafe. That's why you should get to know people more before you do certain things so you're not scared. I'm very fortunate. I've never felt like any man was going to harm me or that I couldn't say if I didn't like something or anything like that. But I don't have sex with men right away. I just don't. Because I'm trying to piss you off first because I want to see how you act. Like, I don't think you should be sleeping with somebody that you don't know certain things about so that you are safe. I haven't felt that way.
Because when you put it on him, he's gonna go crazy.
Most women are not like you, sis. Like they're not thinking.
Well, what I'm saying is be safe. That solves that problem. I don't. It's nothing special about me. I just choose not to be harmed. That's it.
Right.
And so
that's thinking though. That's basic stuff. Like you think. A lot of people.
Yeah, it's basic to me.
Yeah, basic ain't so basic. It's not. Common sense ain't so common. It's not. People are goofy.
That's why people running around here hurt. There are some things you have to attribute to what you didn't do, ladies, and that's just being real. Okay. JoJo, how do you feel with your crazy ass? And I don't have nothing right here to drink. Oh, yes, I do.
Where in the world? Where in the world can I go on a date with a girl and ask a girl, hey, whip your titty out or whip your cooch out. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Whip it out. Let me see. I want to see. I want to see what it is. I want to see if it's deep, if it's long, if it's wide, if it's hairy. I just want to be able to see. Where in the world would anyone have the arrogance and for it to be acceptable and okay to be asking for something like this? It makes no sense at all. You made a very good point. The point was, how about we find all of that out before we go on a date? How about that? How about that? And I don't know if it's the same women that complain about the dick pics, but there's certainly a bunch of people who complain about the dick pics. Just ask for one. Just ask for one.
That's how I feel. Or ask for measurements. If you can ask me what size I am, I can ask you what size you are.
Right.
That's right. That's right. and I just if I would think that people want to get together to kind of have something meaningful. And if these are the conversations that you feel are meaningful to you, have it in a way where it's not going to happen in public or outside. You come to my house or I go to yours. I'm sure, like, I mean, you guys both said it. There's a time and a place, and there's a way to do it. On a first date, we're out somewhere, out and about, at the restaurant. I mean, unless you want to be freaky and do something with it. So I've been on the receiving end of that stuff. I actually have. I've been asked. I've been asked, like, hey, I heard that I heard Africans got their mandingo. I heard the Africans got the mandingo.
Bruh.
Yeah, I've been groped before. I've been groped. I've been touched. Be at the club. Someone just sends their hands between my legs. Yeah.
But see, if a man did that to a woman, then he gonna find himself in court or in jail. That's not fair. And I'm with Alexa. She said, "Thank you, folks. Do not think," and that's the difference. So nobody's actually pointing out that they said, I don't want to have something long term. So these are not, you're not saying a one night stand. You're not saying just have fun. That's how you finna talk to a man that you think one day will propose to you, that will one day look at you like a wife, that will one day be happy that you're raising his daughters, that will one day not call you a hoe. Some of these things, is it right that they do it? I don't know. You set up that you did that on a first date. That's why you talked on a first date. How you didn't even think of a sexier way to say it so he would be turned on by the shit and not maybe do it right then, but maybe when he walk you to the car. Like different things. Like, do people know how to flirt anymore? Yeah, like you flirt, so then things could lead to that later or something, if that's what you want.
I think, you know what? I think in a lot of these clips I'm seeing, I notice that a lot of these clips of these goofy girls, these are young girls. A lot of these aren't even old women our age. Typically, I don't think most women our age are that goofy. Those are those young ass girls, and they're trying to paint that picture that, all women are like that. When these 22, 23, these young ass, dumb ass girls on here bumping their gums on interviews, saying stupid, goofy shit. And now they're trying to make it seem like it's just women on that. No, it's these young, stupid girls. Like, ain't no 40-year-old, 38-year-old woman gonna be on no dumbass, goofy shit like that. Like,
ain't nobody over 25 acting like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, those are just young ass girls.
Or at least 25 in the head. They might be
with
older
experience. Yeah.
It makes no sense at all. I've never heard it before. It sounds so reductive. How can you reduce a man to just that? I get it. If that's what you're about, I guess. So what if it's average? So what?
The biggest ones haven't been the best ones for me. And it's nothing wrong with them. It's not for me. Like Ron started. Every woman is different.
The biggest ones haven't been the best ones for a lot of the girls that I've come across.
Yes, that's very true. I know some women that don't want it over a particular size because of what their body can handle and take, and they have no interest in stretching out their body like that. And it's nothing wrong with it. But that's why, like Ron said, if you did things the way that it was designed, and you learned and grew in intimacy together, how much would you truly know that you're lacking if you learned and grew together? Or if that's that thing you had, I think it would be a lot better. Now, it's going to be some ones that are completely unhappy because the person they should have divulged that damn information. If you're not average size, you should give that information because you know that it's important. You just do. But those are those open, honest conversations that you should be having. That way they can leave.
Before you go on a date.
Yes.
Before you go on a date.
Those are valid questions.
These conversations before you go on a date.
But ask it respectfully. Just say, is it average or bigger? Just ask like that if you want. Because, I mean, you should also know, if you're saying that you want to have kids, you should also know if he has erectile dysfunction. He should know if you can't have a baby. Those are things that I don't consider them personal information if you're talking about sex. If you're talking about sex, you opened up a whole new space of questions that I could ask you if I want to. Because if I'm going to give you my body, I need to know who I'm giving my body to. Ask whatever the hell I want to. And based on you not answering, I'll shut a lot of men down that way too. Oh, you can't answer that, but you just asked me to do this? Get out of here. You're a clown. That makes no sense. For real. But you have better choices. People are not having conversations. That's what I said. It doesn't matter if it's big. I sure don't want no arm size thing stretching me out and messing up my insides, please. I like how my throat feels from the outside in and inside out. I don't need you coming through my throat. I don't need you readjusting my reproductive system. Every woman is not built the same. They are not.
Do you? I honestly feel that it could stretch out though. It's a muscle. It goes back. Like you have
not for everybody.
Whole babies out of that thing. Like how does
you can
whole baby out of there, but then a dick is supposed to just stretch it out permanently? I don't
imagine skin. If you can imagine skin,
no.
Skin can come back, but sometimes it gets stretched too much where it cannot come back.
Certain traumas and things like that. It's not typical, but for the purposes of respecting women, you never know who could hear this. And I don't want some man to be like, is something wrong with her? She must be a hoe. That's not true. It could be after she has a baby. Some women have to be sewed up internally because they've been touched very, very early. And it really did. Those were their forming years and it reformed their body. So, we think about it and it's, oh my gosh, that happened to that young girl, but that young girl's going to be a woman one day. And that may be the woman you fall in love with and she needs you to be patient with her. So you have to consider that. And in the space of YouTube, it's not just the US. So when people be like, oh, just go to the doctor. Every country don't have that, So it is different things that could do that. But if your body is in perfect condition, yes. Yeah, it can. So you are right. I was about to tell on myself. God damn. No, I'm fine. I was going to tell a story of how I know it stretches back. I'm just saying. Trying to tell y'all.
Yeah, I could. Yeah,
it does. For most women, it does.
Most women, it stretch back. Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Right back.
So let's hear what a woman with some sense said. It's something that I didn't know. So let's hear how. Hold on, let me move this comment really quickly. Sorry. And then I'll play this clip about a woman who prefers a beta male. Let's listen.
Looking for someone that's respectful, honesty at the top of the list. Also someone that's like a beta male, not so much an alpha male. I think their personality is a little bit too strong. They come across more like assholes. I need someone that's more generous and caring and understanding and more laid back. I feel like I gel more with those type of guys. Usually alpha men are more selfish and they come across more aggressive or passive aggressive. They're less generous, things like that. A lot of the time it's about them. A beta guy, some people would say it's more like someone that you can sort of run over easily, like take advantage of. If some guys are like that, but I wouldn't say that is being the case. On more of a positive note, things like being more understanding and being more generous and being more caring and just really confident in themselves and not having like a complex, like a Napoleon complex about them, things like that. I forgot to mention something I'm looking for, someone that's successful and accomplished and has like some, business about themselves, not necessarily a business, but actually knows how to carry themselves and do for themselves and provide in a real stable career. So if it's something like if they have a background, I don't want that to be something that's going to stand in the way of, us together as a whole. We're living a comfortable lifestyle because we can't go here, we can't go there. We can't qualify for this. We can't qualify for that because you have a felony.
Okay, so one of the things that I think contributes to the toxicity of women is the beliefs that are being put out there by media. Alpha and beta, that has to do with animals. There's no clear definition for actual people. We made it up. And in making it up, we didn't even follow the same principles, right? Because animals don't have soft skills. Animals don't have emotional intelligence. Animals are not raised by their parents. All of those things are left out. So the way that people are adapting to these things, we have men who don't have their own place, don't have good career. They're not prepared to lead a family in the event that they take over everything. And I mean, that means paying everything from the bills to getting the woman's tampons. That means because you don't want her to work. You're the alpha. You want everything. It has translated so horribly in our community because everybody's focused on those two words. I would prefer a beta. I wouldn't prefer alpha because I think based on how we've made it our own, betas are better leaders. Betas are more emotionally intelligent. Betas have things going for themselves and they're completely confident that they don't need to be called an alpha. They still run their household. They still command attention. But they have the other side of them. I consider a beta as like the perfect man that comes out of a 2-parent household. So he has all the structure his dad taught him, all the love his mom gave him, knows how to get along with his siblings. He got all the best things that come out of what should come out of a 2-parent household. So when you hear women talk about alpha, mostly women only talk about alpha. While internally, I think they truly want beta. What would you guys think? What do you think about how this contributes to how Black women are toxic? Do you even agree with her examples? She gave them based on the dictionary, the way that they're written, though, but also her experience.
Yeah, I mean, it probably varies by experience, but like you said, like you pointed out earlier, there's no definition to each one. Like, what is an alpha? What is a beta? As far as a human, man, as far as a man, like how do you determine which is which? A lot of people have their own definitions. A lot of women consider alpha men ones with money who can provide to the highest regard, who could take care of everything, who will shoot a nigga if he run up. Like, everyone has their different, definitions of what an alpha and a beta man is. But there, like you said, there's no true definition. There's no true definition. So, I kind of like what you said about, the beta male, 2-parent household. He has all the tools of the what your father, what his father taught him, the love of his mother, and I would think, that moms would have these conversations with their boys about, how to be towards women. So, I really don't know. It's just a really a subject that is hard to really comment on because you don't know what is what. Well, at least I don't. I don't know what is what. Like, what do you consider an alpha and a beta? So yeah, I really don't know.
So based on the definition, it's supposed to be alpha is a lion, and then beta is all of the people that like follow behind him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a clearly defined role. You're a leader. You get the first pick at the flock. If you notice, if there's a lion, everybody else will come back, and that lion actually gets to pick his woman first if he's the king or whatever. So things like that. It's only like 2 or 3 things. But you only need 2 or 3 with animals. Mm-hmm. So, but I think the way women translate it is very different, and I'll share what I think and why it's so bad and why we're not raising good men with those very interesting things. I think we categorize things too much. We do, sister. We do, because you can call something whatever you want. I'm an Aquarius, and I have a lot of Aquarius traits, but I attribute those to my mother, who's a lioness, who's a Leo, who's a Christian, who's a good woman. If she wouldn't have given me those tools, resources, and the support of my community, I'd have been a stupid ass Aquarius. Like, you still could be, you could still go in a different direction. you choose, and it's based on what you have. But JoJo, what do you think when you hear about the difference between alpha and beta?
Yeah, I really think the language around those things is very convoluted. Like you said earlier, um, it's just okay. She kept saying generous. She said it at least 4 times. So what I'm thinking is going here is she's overcompensating for something that she experienced in the past.
Yeah, you could
Either she
tell.
either she dealt with a man who was not a giving man,
Right.
or she's a really bratty girl who doesn't know how to handle when a man tells her no.
Yes.
Either or. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but there's a lot of
It's something.
generous. She said it at least 4 times, maybe the way the clip was clipped, but um,
No, I just chopped
um,
out her answers. I didn't chop nothing else.
jumping in. But okay,
Yeah.
so I guess you can hear it that she must have gone through something, and apparently these guys who are into themselves so much, I guess, call themselves that. So she's
Right.
just referring to them as that,
Yep.
or she's seen the energy, and this is what they call themselves. Like I said, we had a conversation weeks ago about 50-50, and I was saying that I didn't like the
Oh,
language.
100, 100.
The language should be 100 words. So this alpha beta thing, look, if you're a masculine man, which is how I would coin the term without alpha beta, is understanding the situation you're in. You're gonna be in situations where you're gonna have to be the the guy who is on top, the dominant, and then you're gonna be some situations where you're gonna have to tuck it in a little bit. And the masculine man, or at least the wise man, simple. It doesn't have to be masculine or whatever. The wise man is just the guy who's gonna be able to recognize which is which and know when to apply, what to apply. I don't necessarily like the language. Maybe she's describing a certain type of guy. I would like to have more context, like the famous when we said. I want to be able to have more context. Something about something that happened to her in the past that she's gonna have to describe what it is she's calling an alpha, because based on what she's describing, an alpha to what I heard her say, I would have thought that an alpha male is just an asshole. Really. It's just an asshole who's selfish, who doesn't give, all about himself. And so you don't have to be an alpha for that. You're just an asshole, you know?
Right.
But that's the
So
way
let me
how
tell y'all what she actually said. Let me speak woman to you. Let me tell you what she said. I clipped those answers to the question out for a reason. Let's work backwards. She stopped with, I want a man who can do things and his past doesn't affect my future. That let us know what type of man she's been dating right there.
Mm-hmm.
If he has a felony, I don't want it to block me. What she has dated before is like the rest of us. At some point, we have dated men that are not on our level. And we have dated men that are not on our level because those are the ones that should be the nicest. Let's just keep it 100. If you go for the one that's your equal sometimes or above you, those are the ones that are typically an asshole, especially since Kevin Samuels, because he's told them that they could be. If you make this amount of money, if you do these things, and if this woman looks like that, then she's reduced. He did that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of men she's dated. And in those type of men that she's dated, she still got the man who thought his shit didn't stink, who only thought about himself, who was selfish. But baby girl, when you picked that type of man, he's in a different mind frame. Not all, but the one you picked was in a different mind frame. He was all about himself because he probably just got out of jail and had nothing. He was all about what you could do for him and not giving to you because he didn't have anything to give. And of what he had to give, if he still had an institutionalized mindset or came from a background where he doesn't have, whatever he received, even if it was from you and he made it more, he was never going to be in a position where he felt like he could give you anything like what you gave him because he's always thinking in a mental deficit. Always. Always. He's never going to be on your level. And he's always going to look at you as a come up. Oh, she got it. Oh, she got this. Oh, she's stable. Oh, she can do it. So he don't need to. But in the same token, that's the same motherfucker that's going to say, why are you going out? Why are you doing this? And you're translating that into love. He didn't love you. He wants to know why you're going out because you're spending money and that money's not going on him. He wants to know why you're going out because he don't want you to be with somebody else. He's worried about you being with your girlfriends and being around so that they don't point out that you ain't shit. You got with a man who mentally manipulated you, and you purposely reduced yourself because you didn't want a certain type of man. Because to JoJo's point, you are right. She doesn't want somebody that will tell her, not even tell us, that will lead her, that will tell her the things that are best for her as a woman. Because when you become a grown-ass woman, your mama can't help you no more. Your daddy can't help you no more because what they say don't matter. They raise you so that the man that wants you or the woman that wants you will see you. After that, that woman or that man that you get with is raising you in your next chapter because they're conforming you to what works for your relationship. And to both of your points, it goes both ways. She don't want that. She wants somebody she can control, but that actually has the ability to take care of her. You're not getting what you want, little girl. You still got some growing to do. That's what she just said. That's woman language. And y'all didn't hear it. And this is why you need women in your life. My big sister Yoli
Because I
said,
certainly would
right?
not have been
And
able to
talk that Asian.
I
And
would
these
not
are
have
good
been able
women.
to translate that. I would not have been able to catch that. I don't know if the famous homie caught
You
that,
would,
but I would not have been able to caught that. I would just think, God, man, she's crazy. I don't know
but
what
you
she's
still
asking for.
know, you still pointed out the good things. And you like, I don't know, she must have been. No, she was. She
Okay.
was.
Okay.
She was.
Okay.
So what she's asking for, she is not going to get until she does the work on herself, because unfortunately she's been the best person in the relationship to her as well. So
And
she
now it's
wasn't,
time for someone else to be the best person in the relationship.
or
She's
equal.
overcorrecting. She's
Exactly.
overcorrecting. She's overcorrecting.
Exactly.
She's
So now she
overcorrecting.
needs to correct herself so that she can get what she wants. But she has to learn how to be honest with herself.
That's right.
You're going to take a hit in either space. You take the hit that's most comfortable, because one, you're going to compromise somewhere. You want to take the compromise that's most comfortable for you. But that's what that was about.
That's right.
Bless her heart. So now you want to see the ghetto one?
There we go.
Come on,
I thought the big one was the ghetto one.
No, this one. So this one is a typical woman.
I was talking about the last video, not this one that we just watched. The one before that. You know, you got to whip out this stuff.
Okay.
I thought the whipping out was the ghetto one. It got
Right. Okay. So that one was ghetto because there's a difference between ghetto and hood. You're right. The first one was ghetto. This one is the typical woman as she transitions to finding herself if she don't have a good foundation. This next one to me is hood, because she right here,
hood.
but then she ends it with a bang.
I don't know. I'm from Africa. I don't know what that means.
We trying to teach you. We trying to teach you.
Bring it on.
Okay, here we go. This one is a little bit long, but pay attention. Pay attention. A little bit long.
Do you have any kids?
I have 5.
5 kids. How old are your kids?
My oldest is 18, and then 16, 12, 6, and I have a 5-month-old baby.
You have a 5-month-old baby?
Mm-hmm.
By how many men?
By 3.
Why are you not with the man you had a baby with 5 months ago? Lindsay?
Long story short, he's married. And it was like I found out he was married Saturday, and the next weekend I found out I was pregnant, and I just kept my baby.
How long did y'all date before you got pregnant?
About 7 months.
So for 7 months, you had no idea he was married?
He was, in and out.
Be honest with me. For 7 months, you had no idea he was married?
No, they didn't live together. So I would be at his house during the week. She's off during the weekends. The weekends I'm with my kids. So it's not like we cross paths.
So how did you find out he was married?
Background search.
What possessed you to do a background search?
When I did look him up, because I met him online, did a little online dating, I tried it. When I did look him up, there was a name that kept being attached to him, but it was different last names. She never even took his last name, so it's different last names. But I asked him who is this lady, he would not tell me. And then when I did find out, someone I was working with said, "Oh, why don't you look up the case?" So I searched their names by case summary online, and that's when I saw the divorce. Like, she filed for divorce, but he never responded, and that's when I realized they were still married. He had told me they were divorced.
What would you say to the man that's concerned? You have 5 kids and a 5-month-old baby.
I would say he's probably not the one for me. I mean, I know my worth. You know, everyone has a history at this age. I'm not an angel. I'm not. I have made mistakes, but I've healed. I had to take a step back and see what was going on. I have 5 kids, different baby daddies. It's not what I come from, but it's what I am at this stage of my life. So I had to take a step back and look at my mistakes. It's not always just the man. I have my own mistakes. I'm a good catch. Like, I have my stuff together. I may have different baby fathers, but my kids don't define who I am. You know, my personality, who I am, I'm a good woman. I cook, I clean, you know, I'm supportive. I'll always have your back. You know, I know my worth. You know, prior, I probably didn't. But as of today, I do.
What's the beeping sound?
It's the patient's call light. I can move away if it's irritating people. I'm sorry.
So let me tell you. No, you guys tell me. What is the toxicity that you noticed in this hot ass mess? And let me, while you're forming your thoughts, let's see. The questions are, what is that hormone in the background? Baby, that's the patients calling because they need help. But she's responsible. Oh, Ro is the nurse, so she knows that's a call light. How you just sitting there? If she don't go check on them patients, exactly, she's gonna be in trouble because so many people caught that out. That actually bothered a lot of people. A whole mess, yes. So, men, do you want us to tell you what's wrong with that? No, from your perspective, you tell me what you come on, sis. Is that because she says she's a, so her toxic trait first is that she thinks right now she's a good catch. Good woman is totally different. She's probably really sweet and all of those things. We are talking about the dating space and somebody that you would move forward and have a family with. She said she's a good catch. They staring at me like I'm crazy. So if she was the one presented to you, I want to know if y'all been listening to us because I take care of the men around me. I'm preparing y'all for the battlefield because this is a good woman and our friends probably tell her she is. What are things that stick out to you that identifies why I would not want you to date her?
Oh,
Want to take this one first, bro?
go ahead, bro.
I'll go.
Because the comments is going.
Go ahead.
I see.
I'll get to the comments in a minute, guys. I'll read them.
The comment sections are off.
It's going down. So
in.
Okay,
all right,
Jojo, you give your perspective. I'll read the
I
comments
will.
and
I
then
will.
we'll go to you, brother.
I will. Okay. All right. So I'm going to try and answer the question the way you asked, which is, if she was presented to you today, would it be something you would do? Okay.
No. What are the red flags you would see based on?
What are the red flags I would? What are the red flags I would see? Oh, okay.
Yes, because she said she's a good woman. What are the red flags that you would see? And
okay, I guess I gotta ask more questions. Was she married?
Only based on what you see. What are the red flags? Oh no! Remember, she had 3 baby daddies. She said I had 3 baby daddies. She was not married.
Yes, 3. No, I know. Okay, so
yeah. So
I'm answering the question. I'm answering the question with my mind, and my mind is, oh, she has 5 kids
Oh,
with 3 different men. Oh, that's my mind. Okay,
okay.
Now,
Okay.
when I came here, I realized bitches ain't shit. Bitches ain't shit. I just, that image that I have of like, will it be flowers? Okay, all right. So 3 baby daddies, 5 kids. Like, why? You have to require marriage. Just require marriage and, you know, contraceptives. I don't know. Close your legs. Say no. Some kind of self-control or discipline, or, I mean, and then she said, as of today, she said, as of today, I'm a good woman. I'm like, your track record don't show that. Your record doesn't show
Beep,
that. I'm like,
beep,
I.
beep, beep. Okay, so let's read the comments.
So,
So let's see. She should have never kept having children.
with no husband. Yeah.
Period. Nobody has nothing to say. They are stunned, honey. I'm trying to tell you. This is some common shit, and it's crazy to me. That's her story. Let her tell it, baby. I let her tell it. I listened to. And I didn't leave. I told her she needed therapy, but then she said she was healed. But I didn't delete my comment after I heard her say that. Oh no, who's dating on her? Wait, her and the babies. She gonna
Yeah,
play
5
on your
is a lot.
emotions.
5 is a lot. I think that one was for me. As I said, oh.
Yeah, she gonna play on your emotions for sure. Has she been married before? Nope. And 3 baby daddies. The machine, the machines knew she was playing beep beep face.
Instead of going to work, she was there trying to find a man on the internet. On her lunch break.
I'm a good woman and I'm healed. You're ruining families and killing elders. Oh my God. Lady on national TV. Kendra got millions of followers. You're killing people. Wherever she worked, then people. If my mama was there, I'd be up there tomorrow. I'll be up there tomorrow, ma'am. You looking for a man as if you need a man. Don't you think you need to give your coochie a break? Because why you not with the dad? Because he was married. No, because you moved too fast.
Right.
You weren't
7
even
months
with him
ago,
long.
she said.
Yeah, you weren't even. How long was you with him before? 7 months. But oh yeah, but I didn't know. I found out one day, and then this is another thing women do: toxic trait. The ones that are fucking liars. I found out he was married on Thursday, and I found out I was pregnant on Saturday. No, baby girl. You found out he was married when you asked him who that woman was, and he wouldn't tell you. But you still kept busting it open with nothing on, but he wouldn't even answer a simple question that you had right in your face, the answer. He didn't even lie and say it was his sister. He straight up told you he wasn't telling you. That lets you know it was his wife. And you still kept sleeping with him. So you got pregnant on purpose, pregnant poppy. I cannot. It's the lies for me because they got to keep being victims. I don't like that. It's no different than the first one we listened to with somebody that was a different color. Our community got to stop doing it. I cannot. Right up, girl. She need to be fired. It was beeping from the beginning. Wasn't the beeping from the beginning?
I thought it was.
Because it sounded like it was an ambulance at the beginning, like somebody was being transported in or something. I hope them people's okay. I'm being for real. The first thing I thought was, my mom been in and out of the hospital, and I don't like the way she's been treated, and just seeing different things. And I'm like, and one of my biggest complaints is that when I would ask for something, I walk up and they literally would be on TikTok taking pictures, and I was in the emergency room. How your fucking phone even out? So to see that, I think that's why it hit a nerve. And I like, not that it's not loud, but it just was like, even somebody coming in an ambulance, you're not supposed to be not on your phone, like seeing if somebody need help or something. And then it beeped the whole time. So I was like, I'm confused. He told her ass he was sleeping on the couch. No, sis. Later she says they not even in the same household, blah, blah, blah. But she found out later that the woman had filed for divorce. He didn't sign the paperwork because she found the divorce filing. She served him. He wouldn't sign it. And now they're like, Kendra asked her, are y'all, like what's going on? Are they still together? They keep telling me yes and no and yes and no.
Yeah, all that's
Dear
public
people,
record.
marriage is until marriage isn't. That married couple has the right to try to kill each other and stay married if they want to. And guess what that nigga will hit you with? Because a woman generally won't do it. We'll say, I am so sorry. I thought I was over and we're getting back together, blah, blah, blah. A nigga will say, you knew I was married. And he done gave you a nice little soft life. You didn't start working part-time and thought you was better. And he done left you and went back to his wife.
Men usually go back to their wife because it's cheaper to keep her.
It ain't just because it's cheaper to keep her. It's sometimes because they're simply in love. And it's sometimes you need time apart. And it's sometimes you need other things. And it's sometimes you go out there and see this shit is not what it's cracked up to be. I actually married my best friend. We went through a rough patch and we didn't grow apart. We were growing and not allowing each other to grow. Immaturity, lack of wrong people around you. Or right people around you. It's different reasons. It's not as cheaper to keep her because plenty of us make our own money. It's cheaper for us not to get married. It was all a lie, right? She looking for a breadwinner, right? So now, because y'all like, oh, brother, sorry, I'm not gonna don't read the comments because y'all, I'm telling you, good women don't like to see women act like that, and we will tell the men in our lives that we love the honest truth, because if we're not like that, we don't care about telling you what it looks like. Our job is to protect y'all too. So the comments is kind of going up because they need to let y'all know. So, brother, what did you notice? Based on your wonderful sisters and our behavior and our errors, what are the red flags to you? Because we got errors. Oh, we got them. They're just not crazy. But
you first of all, let's touch on the fact that she was talking about if you're advocating on the internet to be a good catch, and it's certain jobs where you're allowed to play possum on. If I work at a retail store, ain't no customers around, and I want to pull on my phone and send a text message or two, or do a little live while ain't nobody buying something at my register, that's cool. You ain't nobody life in your hand. You're working at a hospital on live with the noise going off in the background, talking about I'm a good catch. That's red flag number one. You are not a good catch because you're not attentive enough. You don't pay attention enough. You don't care enough about what the fuck you doing. If you work in the medical field, you have to care to a certain degree. You can't be nonchalant working in the medical field. So that's red flag number one. Red flag number two, and let me say this. Let me make this very clear. I don't like to judge every woman for having multiple baby daddies because there's context to that. You could have been in 3 marriages. You could have been in 3 serious committed relationships where you thought, you know what I'm saying? She's clearly an older woman because she has an 18-year-old. So
43.
She's 43 years old. Okay. So the fact that you have 3 baby daddies isn't the issue. The issue is that you had, before that last baby, the 5-month-old, you think you're a good catch and you're 43 with a 5-month-old baby after having 4 kids already. So it's something about sitting up here and this men and women having babies like that late in the game. We all make mistakes when we're young. We all sometimes have babies with people we shouldn't have them when we're young. We have those slip-ups when we're young. But when you're seasoned and you're old enough to know better, you're supposed to do better. So why do you have a 5-month-old and that's not your husband? Or that's not, some people don't believe in marriage, that's not your life partner. Why do you have a 5-month-old? Where is the father to that 5-month-old? That's my first question. That baby is 5 months and you've been talking to this man for 7 months. So that means you was talking to this man and possibly fucking with him sexually while you were pregnant. So
no, she was with him for 7 months before she got pregnant.
Okay, before she got pregnant. So
Yeah, so they were only 7 months in, but
right.
we don't know
So,
how many months she was by that 7th month. None
right.
of that, but
Right.
only 7 months, and you
So
already had issues to make you want to go do a background check.
right. So as a woman, what women got to realize, you have to stop ignoring the writing on the wall. So don't sit up here and tell me that you didn't know he was married, or you didn't know he had a girl, or you didn't know. There's certain things that you just pay attention to that will show you. If he won't spend the night at your house, or if he got to leave your house at a certain time, or he got to leave his phone, or he got to pay attention to all these little things that he's doing, which will tell you that he's hiding something. And at that point, you have to, it can't be that good to where you want to turn a blind eye to it and try
You
to,
can.
you know,
You can.
it really, no, I think that
No, it can't.
they're naive, that
Not to risk my
naive
life.
to
No.
ignore something that's right in your face. Guys aren't that smart. Let's keep it real. Guys are not that smart. They're always going to show you something stupid that they do. They're always going to slip in some way. If a guy ain't going to, like he said, come at your house at certain times of the day, won't answer his phone at certain times of the way, got to be gone at this time of the day, got to be gone at that time of the day, have all these different things you got to pay attention to. You're supposed to see that shit in the beginning and not have a baby. So why are we so eager to have a baby with somebody that we don't even fucking know after we know better? You done raised a kid to 18 already. You should know better. I'm 40 years old. Ain't no way in the world I'm finna go get somebody pregnant that I don't mind, that I don't know for sure that I'm planning on spending the rest of my life with. What the fuck do I look like? Why would you think you're a good catch when you have 5 children, with the youngest one being 5 months, and you're 43? You're a bad catch. At 40, me, I'm not raising a 5-month no that's not mine at 40 years old. I'm sorry. Call me what you want. I ain't raising somebody else 5-month-old kid at 40. That's not fucking happening. So no, you're not a good catch. For you to think that you're a good catch, there's something wrong with your fucking brain. So that's another red flag. So to sit up here and be in denial about the situation, oh, I cook and clean, that's basic. You're supposed to cook and clean, and that's regular shit. We all do that. Not trying to gender role it, the men and women could cook and clean, but we both do it. Okay, you cook, I cook, you clean, I clean. We, you know what I'm saying? That ain't something that's gonna fucking give you oh, I'm a good catch because of that. No, you're a bad catch because you think you're a good catch because you cook and clean. You're a bad catch because you make irresponsible decisions at your big age, heading towards 50 years old, having 5-month-old babies, and you're not with the kid's father anymore. It's not a flex to sit up here and have these babies thinking that that's gonna make a nigga stay. So yeah, I mean, I'm disgusted watching that whole clip, because listening to her, like, I wouldn't even give her the time of day. I wouldn't even want to do anything with her. I wouldn't want to have fun with her at all, because I feel maybe it's gonna be a trap.
Really?
I try to trap it. You might
Yeah,
try to get
I
your baby dirty
would.
number 4. So
I would, with my mindset, I would like, okay, you change, you promise, you change, you
right.
promise.
Let's go to the comments real quick, and then I'll give my feedback. I'm done with you, JoJo. Yoli said, which makes you wonder what type of mother she is. That's in reply to the beeping going off, because that's the first. The second thing that I thought as well is that, so you just don't give a fuck about shit, because you on national TV. If somebody sends this to your job and you lose your job, now your kids don't have anything to eat. But this the same bitch that when something is in her favor is, my kids come first. Okay, show me where that really happened. Your kids didn't come first because you just had a 5-month-old.
right, that part.
Yes, she was late in the game. She probably didn't want to let the nigga go. Correct. I think she figured it out long before, because if you didn't do a background check to begin with, then why did you all of a sudden do one? You didn't really answer the question. What made you do that background check? What made you do it? Something was off, because she says she didn't notice that he was married because they don't live together, which leads to, her filing for the divorce or whatever. They lived in separate places because she worked away. So the girl we saw would be over there during the week, and then on the weekend she would be with her kids. And like, that's some stellar thing. You have a 5-month-old, my nigga, you work. As a mother, you're already gone away from the home. Why are you not at home? You should be going out on a Saturday afternoon. Maybe you should actually be dating on the weekend, not anytime after work. You should be going home. To me, that's what a good mother is. You can call it what you want. The baby's only 5 months, but you're also calling yourself healed, and your baby's 5 months. You're not healed. Healing, working towards healing. You might have got away with that, but you think you're healed. That's toxicity.
You ain't even physically healed. Really? You ain't physically
Hello. Still postpartum. So how? Like, girl, you delusional. She back in the streets after the baby. She can't take a break. Her tutu is hot, which is her problem. She didn't even take a break. I need to meet her in person. So many questions. We all got questions, sis. Yes, was that a revenge baby? So I think because the wife and husband kept teetering back and forth, and it put her probably in a not good space to know that he didn't leave the marriage, that the woman is the one who filed for it, and he didn't even sign the papers while he was with you. So he trying to stay with his wife while he's still being with you, or not letting go. I'm pretty sure that hurt her. And I would think that too, because if you already have 4, oldest being 18, plus you have others that you need to take care of, what did you do? Have a baby that your kids now got to take care of? Because it sounds like you party and do whatever you want to do after fucking work, and you feel like because you cook and clean, you have 5 kids. You should cook and clean.
Facts. That's what you're supposed to be doing anyway. That's not you don't get an award for that.
She sounds like she's trying to convince herself. It does. I know my worth. I know my worth.
No, you don't.
No, your worth and your value to someone else is different. That's why I said who she is as a woman and her being a good woman. I'll never put another Black woman down if that's not doing horrible. But we have to hold each other accountable, and we need to start checking each other. Just because your friend looks put together, their kids might be clean, all these other things, but you're not calling them out for not investing in their children. Children don't ask to be here, and apparently she keeps having them. So when you keep having them, that means you don't want to do the things that people without kids can do. That's just reality, because who is going to babysit 5 kids? That one that's 18, I pray to God that baby leaves and go to college, because if not, we all know what that looks like in our community. So I pray that them kids actually have something, because your parent working in the medical field alone, they're away from home a lot already. And it looks like she's a foo-foo head, because you're gonna get in trouble with that beeping behind you, and you don't even care, but you're not responsible. Oh, and I'm gonna be there for my man. How? Your 5 kids come first. You the same motherfucker that if you get in a relationship and he start telling you, well, you don't have time or you don't do this, my kids come first. You right. So you should shut it down. I don't think you should be dating. I don't think you should be dating. Not even if you met somebody who has the same amount of kids, because your kids deserve you right now. And it sounds like you was just in a relationship, went through this turmoil while pregnant. That impacted those kids because they had to see you pregnant without a man coming over.
Come on.
Do y'all realize the shit you doing to your kids, or we only realize it when we become adults and then we want to say while we do shit, oh, you don't know how hard it was for me, but you fucking your kids up.
Right.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense, please.
Yeah, I'm mad because my mama didn't do the shit, and I don't think that you should. I commend her every day, because y'all chose to have us. We didn't deliver ourselves. Niggas be would hit that and move in unless she's a good catch. That part. She would probably get that type of man, which would not be good for her. The kind that don't have a job or has a job but is there all the time. She makes more. Kept men. It's a lot of them. Somebody that needs somewhere to stay, but do you trust them around your kids? Because you have kids. I personally don't think that you have to be really careful with your kids, because yeah, you could say if somebody do something to my kids, I'm going to hurt them. But the kid is the one who have to live with that if something does happen. Mm-hmm. And it's even worse when, nice seeing you. Thank you for joining. She ain't healed. No, she ain't healed at all. She ain't even had time. She just went through a whole pregnancy finding out that the man was married. That alone hurt her. If I was her, and you could do whatever you want. I'm pro-choice. I'm pro-choice. You could do whatever you want. It's not my body. I don't have the right to tell you that. I wouldn't have. But but I think that she also found out something was fishy and quickly got pregnant, thinking, oh, he could be in a family over here. She filed for divorce anyway. I think that she was trying to, I do. Y'all, those timelines don't, when she found out she was pregnant, okay, it was 7 months. She wasn't a week pregnant. So how are you doing it with no protection? But whatever. My final thoughts is get your shit together, because it's too common, and it's not cute, and all these sayings to just let things slide because, well, she's a single mom. Well, she wanted to be a single mom. Well, he should have did this. Well, since he didn't, now what? Like, you don't get a pass because you're a single mom. You don't get a pass because you're a good mom. You don't get a pass because of anything that you're doing because you did it. How about that? The world don't owe you. They don't. And it makes no sense. And stop, get the fuck off social media. Different niggas around your kids. Exactly. Heck nah. She is, for me, to me, she set the standard for how she is based on, like Ron said, if in your latter years, after having 4 already, and you have raised a whole one, right? Your latter years, this is what you did. And now, if you would have did this and it was 2-3 years into the relationship, that we would be like, damn, that nigga lived a double life, blah, blah, blah. Once you said 7 months, I said, oh. Then when she said she was healed, I said, you ain't even properly cleared to technically be back at work.
Okay.
Okay.
You ain't even physically healed yet. Your body's still recovering.
Mm-hmm. And you did it all by yourself. Or you put it on your kids.
Thorough psychoanalysis.
No, it's how we grew up. It's how we saw things. It's how things are still happening and it's getting worse. It's a lot of people like that. These are typical things that I pulled out. Except the first one. The first one is new. Those 2 scenarios, very typical. Why do you think all the ladies have stuff to say? And some of these have children and are not married. And I think that they're the most amazing women ever. They don't act anything like this shit. Anything like it. And they were with their men. And you don't see them screaming. They mostly ain't said nothing about the man. Because that's not the topic. They're not man haters. Right. We're talking about the woman. We're sticking on topic. They're not haters. Because you know what that looks like. We just talked about, oh boy, showing a whole video of him being innocent and those crazy women talking about other things. So surround yourself with real women, y'all. Start listening to us because we're trying to help y'all. It's going to get rough out here. I'm saying. Any final words? It's creeping up and it look different ways. So that is it from me tonight. JoJo, any final words? And then we'll have Ron close us out.
Yeah, if you're a man out there, try and protect yourself, man, at all costs. Take care of yourself. If you guys are out there dating, just do it for the right reasons. And please just try and have the conversations that matter before you cross certain lines. Choices have consequences, real ones. Be really serious about the stuff you get yourself into.
Whew. It's one thing I gotta say is stop trying to play chess when you playing checkers. You think you playing chess, but you making checker moves. At the end of the day, you gotta look in yourself in the mirror. Stop lying to yourself. We gotta stop lying to yourself. If you want that type of life where you want to be that side girl or in this crazy type of relationship or whatever it is, be honest with yourself. Don't try to make it seem like that you want something else when you're not, because that just don't make no sense to be like that. So we got to start being honest with ourselves first of all, what we want out of life and how we want these relationships to transpire, and go after that. Like JoJo said, men, be careful. Make responsible choices and decisions, because we are not innocent in these instances either. You know what I'm saying? This nigga over here got a whole wife and kids and over here knocking somebody else up. Like, if you don't knock that shit off, man, tired of all these broken homes and all these kids in 2 different places. That's another topic, but men and then women, stop being 40 and being goofy. 40 with 4 or 5 kids and continuing to be goofy. Let's stop the goofiness and be women. Act your age, and stop acting like you're a child, because at the end of the day, the children are the ones that are going to be hurt by this. The 18-year-old, all these kids that's going to be forced to grow up fast and forced to become parents while you're partying and doing your thing, they're the ones that's going to be affected, and the cycle continues. So if we want to break the cycle, we got to start with that and do better. So thank y'all for watching tonight, coming back. It was a great show. We'll be back next Thursday. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share, and tell everybody about the podcast. Peace out, y'all.
Good night.